Hello, welcome to IDCC channel. In this video, we will configure the OSPF stub area and also configure the total stubby area and not so stubby area. So we will use this diagram. In the bottom here, we will configure the stub area. It's area 3, this part. And also we'll configure the area 31, this parts here. And last, we will configure not so stubby area in here, these parts. Okay, let's first configure the stub area. So this is how to configure stub area. The command is shown here. In the ABR, the config is under the OSPF process doing the area ID stub. This is based on the Cisco router. So in the router within the area, within a stub area, so the config is under the router OSPF process, area ID and stub. Config is simple. Let's start. Okay, log into this. In here, the R6 is here. This is a ABR router. So the IP address information is listed here. Okay, log in the R6. Sorry. Okay, in the R6, let's show run. This is a Cisco router. We configure it based on the Cisco configurations. Okay, here the OSPF, the area 0 already configured. So we need to configure the area 3. Okay, go to the router OSPF 10, and so this interface G0/2 is in the OSPF, should be in the area 3. So let's put it in. So network 10.3.0.0 0.0.0.255. We use a wide match. Area 3, not correct. Where's 3? Yeah, now it's good. Okay. Then we do show run SRO. Let's see what there. So area 3. We match the interface in the area 3. Let's do show IP OSPF interface brief. See, we see the area 3. There is 2 routers. So go back 3 and interface G02 is in the area 3. Now next step is put this area into the stub area. So command is area 3 and stub. So that's the question mark. You have some options. For now, we just use a stub. Okay, so this is a config on the ABR side. That's R6. Now we log into the R7. So in the R7, show run SRO. No OSPF is config. Let's config route OSPF 10 and network. Let's use network include this interface G0/0 and loop back. So that's 10.3.0.0 0.0.0.255.0.255 area 3. And next, match the loop back. So 255.0.255 area 3. Now the last command we do is the area 3 stub area. So after do that, OSPF should be come up. Let's take a look at that. Oh, okay. Here you see the OSPF come up already. Just review the configuration. Sure. Yeah, you see the router within the stub area config like this under the OSPF the area ID, put the stub option here. So that's the configurations. You show IP OSPF neighbor. You see the neighbors come up. Now you want to see the, since it's a stub area, so should be no external routes run in, right? Let's show IP routes. So show IP routes, you see only the OIA. OIA is the OSPF inter area, IA inter area. So plus inter area default routes. That default routes is generated from the R6. Yep, this is how you configure the stub area. Okay, configure totally stubby area. So totally stub area configuration as shown in this diagram. So the command is under the router OSPF process to the area ID stub area with the option no summary. So in the router that inside the total stubby area, the configuration is router OSPF process ID and area ID. Just use the stub, no only options behind. So just by the way, we mentioned total stub area is no type 5 ISA and type 4 ISA can be sent into the stub area, a total stub area. Okay, let's configure it. So this parts from R6 to the R8, we will configure the total stub area. Area ID we will use 31. Let's configure it. So log into the R6. R6, okay. Show run SRO. Okay, the first put the interface into the OSPF. Okay. Okay, to the network match 10.31.0.0, 0.0.0.255 area 31. Let's put the related interface into the OSPF. Also that's all. So we can do the show IP OS, show IP OSPF interface brief. You see, okay, now there's two interfaces inside the area 31. Okay, now last command for the stub area is area 31 stub, then options no summary. Okay, let's make this area to be the total stubby area. So we finish the ABR router R6. Then we go to the router inside this area. Okay, let's go to the R8. Log into the R8. SRO, just to check the config. Okay, OSPF. Under the OSPF, we put the match interface into this into area 31. So 10.31.0.0.255 area 0. So next is match the loopback interface 10.255.255.0.0.0.255. Oh, here I put something wrong. It's area 31. Okay, noticed here, put the wrong command. Okay, this not be area 0, should be area 31. Okay, let's correct it. 31. Now do show IP OSPF interface brief. Yeah, all the interface is in the area 31. So last command to bring this area into the total stubby area is area command area 31 stub. Yeah, after this, OSPF neighbor should be command. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So wait a little bit. It is come up. Yeah, still waiting. It's a two-way stage. Probably just take seconds. Okay, now it's OSPF neighbor is formed. GSS neighbor is formed. Okay, so this is a total stubby area. So to check it, you can do the show IP route. So show IP route, you see there only a OIA routes. IA means inter area routes. So only a inter area default routes inside the routing table of the router in the area. No summaries or routes be learned. You can see only one internal OSPF internal routes that belong to this area here. So this is a total stub area. Okay, so you can next let's configure the not-so-stubby area. Okay, here's not-so-stubby area. So not-so-stubby area configuration like here. So config is the router OSPF process. Then you do the area ID NSSA. Usually we put the default information originator here to let the ABR to generate the default information into the into this not-so-stubby area. Inside the not-so-stubby area, okay, all the router inside the not-so-stubby area config is this router OSPF process ID, then configure area ID and SSA. Some routers in the not-so-stubby area, for example, like this router R2, they may connect to the external routes. So the external routes we redistribute the type 7 external routes into this stubby area. So let's configure it. So we use here R4, R6, this area, we make it as a not-so-stubby area ID 7. So R5 is connect to external network. Here is a Juniper network, Juniper router here. Yeah, then run the static routes between this R5 and Juniper MX2. So we will configure the not-so-stubby area for R4 and R5. Let's log into the R4 first. So in the R4, show run SRO. See what means that. Yeah, okay. So this let's put the area 7 here. So use the network to match the interface. So interface should be 10.0.0.10.255 area 7. Yeah. So this put it into the area 7. So the command to bring this area into the not-so-stubby area is area ID. For this case, is 7. Not-so-stubby area. So you type question mark, they have a couple options. So one option is important is default information originate. For the ABR route, you need to give this command default information originate to let this router to generate the default for the rest of the router in this not-so-stubby area. Okay. Here's configurations. Oh, as I do this, the routes come up, so it must be I already configured something on the R5. Okay, let's go to R5, take a look. So show run SRO. Yeah, R5 everything configured. Yeah, R5 the router is router OSPF 10, area 7. Now, as I say, the router inside the not-so-stubby area just need this command area 7 not-so-stubby. Then we do the network to match the interface that need to be inside this area. So since this R5 connects us to a Juniper router, between the R5, Cisco R5 and Juniper, we use a static routes. So in the OSPF, we redistribute static routes. let's take a look at the routing table. Show IP route. Yeah, you noticed in here the default routes become the ON2. ON2 is not-so-stubby external type 2 default routes was generated thanks this command, right? Thanks this command here to show run. So since we use the area 7 NSSA, we put the default information originate in here. So he generates the defaults. So R5 gets, so it gets its defaults. Also, you see there is a OSPF inter-area routes propagated inside this this not-so-stubby area. And you also notice, okay, so that's the config of the not-so-stubby area. So yeah, if you want to take a look at the our first routing table, yeah, take a look. Show IP route. Yeah, IP route. You see the these routes, N2 routes. So you see the all N2 routes come from this R5, come from R5 via the 10.7.0.1, that's .1 here. So this R5 generated the external N2 routes. N2 routes type 7. That is all the not-so-stubby area designed for. So, okay, I think I illustrated all three different area types and how to configure that. Hopefully this video can help. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up.